appreciate it. Thank you for nice words you put in. And yes, yes, we are friends. And thank you. Yeah, thank you for
Yeah.
having me.
So just to give the audience a little bit of background, yes, Gulbaz is a good friend of mine, and I can say that because I have had many a meal at his table at his home, and he has not only welcomed me, he's welcomed my family to attend his gatherings. I've had an opportunity to come to know his beautiful wife, Rama, over the years, and their beautiful baby daughter, Alea. How old is she now?
She is 2.5. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So Gulbaz, for the camera right now, I'd like you to look up there and say hello to Alea.
Hi, Alea, my love. Daddy misses you.
Oh, wait. Here's the camera over here. So say it one more
Yes.
time.
Hi, Alea. Daddy misses you. I love you, beta.
Okay. So yeah, when we play it back, I want her to have that special greeting because I know how much she means to
Oh
you.
yeah.
I've known you for years before you were married, and especially even before you were a father, and you've always been a wonderful person. But there's something about the love of that precious, perfect little baby girl that has made your heart even more tender. And I sense that in you. And I know we're here today to talk about money matters, but you know what? I just have to say that because I know you in that way. And that's one of the reasons I'm proud to call you my friend. So
Thank
thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much, Gulbaz. So Gulbaz and I met, gosh, it must be close to 20 years ago
Yeah.
now,
Hmm.
when you were working with North Milwaukee State Bank. And what was your role there? I believe a commercial lender.
I was a commercial lender at North Milwaukee State Bank. That's where we met. And I introduced, I actually know you before that as well. I know of you.
Okay.
But that's where we start doing business and then like referring customers. And that's where we acquaint us with each other more. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my memory is in and out, but
Yeah.
I know that that's where we came together and really started to form a friendship that has paid dividends many times over the years. Because even though North Milwaukee isn't in existence anymore, you and I have continued our business relationship as well as our friendship over the years, and so
Most
we've had an
definitely.
opportunity to continue to work together.
Definitely. Cool. That's what I want to bring up. Like the show name is Business Talk. Over the course of our business,
Okay, cool, boss. I'm going to stop you just 1 second. Make sure to pull the mic a little
oh,
bit
sure.
closer. Just
Is it
want to
better?
make sure that that sounds much
Okay.
better. Okay, there we go.
Yeah. So I want to bring up like when we the new show Business Talk. Business community is very unique. When we do business with each other, we develop friendships also. We refer members, customers to each other, and that's the beauty of coming in business, helping businesses. That friendships made in businesses many times go lifetimes.
Right.
So though you're not actually a business partner, but because we are commingling and sharing thoughts, members together, those friendships goes long ways. Yeah,
Right.
so that's what we had. And I'm looking. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was going to say you're absolutely right. It can be about basically building relationships.
That's the key.
That's
Yeah,
what it is.
beautiful,
It's
well
about
said.
establishing relationships with people. So I'm glad that we've had the opportunity to do that. Um, So I was going to ask you just to comment a little bit about the importance of community banking. I know that you spent some time with North Milwaukee, and you know that now I'm doing a great deal of work with Columbia Savings and Loan Association. What would you say is the importance of community banking?
Sure. Community banking is vital for our for any community. What community banking is? A bank which serves a local community, which help local folks who can come in the business sector, and instead of doing job, they create job, serving people who are around them, surround them, and of course providing them what they need, and in return they get the reward out of it, and that reward regenerate wealth and regenerate success from individual to community. and it all starts if you have a good community bank who's willing to serve you and understand you, and that's how they build communities.
Right. And I said this on the show many times, and a lot of people know this already, but I will say it again. Um, Columbia is the only Black owned bank left in the state of Wisconsin. We had three at one point, and now we're down to the only one. And Columbia uh, had its challenges, just as other organizations and institutions have. But with the in my opinion, brilliance and careful guidance of Ernest Jones, along with the team of people who've helped to build the board. That includes Mose Fuller, that includes Steve Moore, and more recently myself and others, to really help to make sure that that bank is strong. And we've turned the corner on things, and we've got a brand new team of people that are there and excited to help Columbia continue to prosper. And the bank is doing great things in the community now, and beyond the community. And I'm just very proud to say that, and really would I can't get that message out enough. And that's why I asked you about the significance and the importance of community banking, because what it is able to do in support of the people.
I very, very, very well said, Coral. I was part of North Milwaukee State Bank previously, which was, as Coral mentioned, which was three of the left minority banks, and I am proud of being part of it. I'm going to add a little bit more. A community bank, especially when we have um, Columbia Saving and Loans, which is the last one left. It's very, very vital for the community, because knowing the culture, knowing the neighborhood, knowing the people around, it really helps to understand, to make borrowers. I'm a commercial lender, so I'm going to talk about borrowing side more than the depository side, more comfortable to open themselves with the local lender, because they are from the community. They will understand them more, of their need, the guidance, because commercial lender job is not only to lend, but to help the person, to show him what the borrower might not be seeing. But once the commercial lender from a local community, from the local bank, knows the borrower, they can help them better, they can help them more to be successful. And again, as I always say, is when somebody borrow monies for a business, for one business, that one business generate a lot of jobs around it, a lot of community prospects around it. And Coral, so I 100% agree with you. The community banking is very vital, and Columbia Saving Banks, hats off to them that they are still in business, and hopefully they will
Mhm.
stay there and continue helping locals around them to be successful. Yeah.
And I appreciate the concept that you just laid out too, Golbaz. I mean, we're talking about the importance of relationship building. You and I met, professionally, and now, as I've said, I've had many a meal at your house, and just you and I sitting and talking together and collaborating
Yeah.
together about things. You certainly have been a tremendous source of client referrals to me over the years, as appropriate. But one of the things that I was going to say, it really kind of circles back to the earlier comments about building relationships. What I have observed of you as a commercial lender, and which is why I think that you are just clearly superior with respect to all that you do, is that you take the time to go out and you meet your customers. You come to know them, they come to know you. You understand their businesses. You go out and you see what it is they do. And so doing that, do those things help you in terms of making appropriate lending decisions on behalf of those customers?
Most certainly, Coral. Because once you know your customer, once as a lender, once you know your customer, you know the need. you know the need of that one customer, and then you also get involved to know that how the surrounding market need that person's vision, that business which this borrower brought into the bank. So that really helps. And Coral, I'm gonna just sorry, I'm gonna take it a little bit more on this one.
Please go
I
ahead.
want to give you a little background about myself.
Okay, I was
So
coming to that, but please go ahead.
and this will kind of explain the way of my doing business and creating those great relationships. I came to United States in early 2000s. Work at the local. Matter of fact, I work in Milwaukee, right here, like few blocks from this place, in a gas station, and that's where I started my career.
Okay.
Uh, so from starting working as a gas station clerk, slowly graduate and I started looking for a job, and then I found job in another community bank, and started there as a teller. Again, the frontline person who know and have direct interaction with the persons who come in, make deposits and all. So from a gas station, who's person who's just buying soda chips, to the bank, who probably the same person who's buying over there. So now I'm working in community, and from there to customer service. So from customer service to a junior lender, to a junior lender, to a lender. And the reason I'm giving you this background, because I learned this thing: to be a good lender, you need to know your member. When I use the word member, that is based. I'm from a credit union, so we use member. This also means customer, borrower. That's my mantra all my life. That's where I started my career, and that's why I feel very humble when I meet business visionaries, entrepreneurs who come up with the idea, because I love to listen to them. It's not like I just jumped to this lender position. I started all my courses, from a bottom to up. So I know, I understand when somebody have a vision, how they think. When somebody come up with the idea, they don't have millions of dollars with them, but how to make this thing. During that course, then many time you guide them and send them to MEDCs, to SBAs, to VITAs, to go and help them. And in during that process, that's where Coral comes in. That, hey, we need to have this company formed. Please find attorney who can help you, and who can help you draft all this up. And that's where you build relationship with accountants also, because all this thing is interconnected. So that's what my mantra is, Coral. That's how I work with my members. That from the vision, to putting on a paper, to guiding them to the right people who can be part of it and part of that journey which they are begin to start. And by funding them, and hopefully until they retired, we marry to each other, and that's where all of us get connected.
Right.
So
Right. No, I appreciate that, Gulbaz, in terms of going back and filling in a little bit. And I apologize if I'm jumping around a little bit out of sequence.
me
So the
actually jump
chronology
around.
of things isn't, exactly maybe what I had in mind. Because what I would like to do is go back even a little bit further and talk about how it is you came to have these philosophies. And what I'm getting at is I know that you and I have had many a time where we've talked about your late mother, and I know how much she meant to you. I'm recalling all of the Memorial Day celebrations and whatnot, and I wasn't always available to attend because of other um, plans with my families. But I know that she looms large in your heart and in your mind, and she had such an emphasis on education, and we've talked about that a lot over the years. So I would like you to go back a little bit and just talk about your mom and how that influence helped to mold you to have such a hunger for knowledge,
Mhm.
as well as your other siblings and the sorts of jobs that they have.
Sure. My mother, her name is Gulzar Gail. She was a single mom. She brought up three kids. I want to bring up one more thing, as you said, go back. She brought us up in a Christian household in Pakistan, which is, we all know, like it's is a Muslim dominated country. Um, Single women in United States are protected by law, by a lot of things, but single pretty women in Pakistan, where law is not that strict to secure weak women, especially single young women. She finishes her education. She started her career as a teacher while she was raising us. Uh, get more education and become the first Christian um, principal of government girls high school in Pakistan. And seeing her growing gives us a lot of motivation, me and my two sisters, to be like her. The struggle she faced there during her journey of being professional woman, along with a good mom, a good mother who's raising kids, giving us religious education, giving us secular education, making us something what we are today. So the 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 seed she planted when she was helping us groom is today what, as you mentioned, my two sisters, one is an attorney, another one is a very good business, very successful business owner in Milwaukee, um, and myself. Sorry, I got a little emotional when I talk about my mom.
Yeah.
I love her dearly, and many times when we are kids, we don't see that. But once you are somewhere, then you realize like what kind of sacrifices she made for us during her course of success and during her struggle period also. My mother vision was, and she always say that if you want to see a nation prosperous, focus on the current generation. Don't focus on the generation that you already have. Focus on the new kids, on the new children, which you have control over, which you can define. Her big thing was prepare a mom with education, so she can raise a good nation. And that's where I learned these things from her. And whatever I am today, I give credit to my mom. Mom, I miss you. And many times when we go back home, I meet students. And they tell me, "Hey, Mrs. Gulzar Shabazz was our teacher, and today we are somewhere because she worked on us." It makes me feel so proud. A lot of time I get Facebook, "Hey, are you Mrs. Gulzar's son? Because of your name and all that." I say yes. So yeah, 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 she was our teacher. So that's a proud moment. So that actually is a success she got out of all that struggle. Yeah. So
Yeah.
so that is her vision, and that's what I'm focusing on too. And she teach me to be humble always, to listen always, to work with people always. Don't see people different, but be with them. Give them time, um, and that's what my focus is. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And it shows.
yeah.
She really poured that into you, and I remember even from years ago when we first talked about her, and I just
Mm,
thought that's why he's so excellent.
mm.
I knew it. Right in the
Thank
moment.
you,
I
thank
I
you.
understood that to be the case. I think it's the time that we might need to take a break. Am I right, Jermaine? Okay. Oh, okay. We're doing it a little bit differently today. Okay, that's all right. I didn't fully understand that from earlier. Okay, so that works. That works. So, um, the next thing that I wanted to talk a little bit about too is the fact that you have a background in computer science. You
Yeah,
have a degree in computer science, and yet you are a banker. Tell us a little bit about that. How did all of that come about?
yeah, yeah. I I'm a child who grew up in 2000 era when everybody wanna be a computer personnel, the Y2K. I don't know if you remember that or not.
Oh, I
Yeah.
remember.
So yeah, my goal in those days were that I want to be a computer personnel and make some codings and so create softwares, be part of maybe probably a multinational company. But when I finished that, Coral, I learned I cannot sit on the chair for a long time.
Mm,
I did made some some apps, some softwares, and in my early days, and I thought that's what I'm gonna do when I came to United States. But I learned that I cannot sit and just develop softwares. I want to be the person who go out and meet people. I want to be a person who believe in shake hand. I want to be a person who look into the eye and discuss the deals and
mm-hmm,
business, and that's how I want to help people.
mm-hmm,
And I think banking helped me in that.
mm-hmm,
And coming in this sector where I can be a part of the community and I can be part of common man to be somewhere from. I have customers who who were just driving cab in a few years ago, and we start talking about business, and then today they have several businesses, and I feel very successful when I see them that
mm-hmm.
how I put an impact on somebody's life. Of course, when you create softwares, I'm not saying like creating softwares and doing all that stuff today. Whatever we are doing is because of that. Somebody did it and it
Right.
helps, but we all do our chores, and that's where I changed my career. And yeah, that's
No, I think that's interesting, and it's a question of knowing yourself. When you said you couldn't sit long, I could see that, and I'm so glad that you were. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it quite like that, but you're outgoing,
I
and you are a people person. Um, in my estimation of you, with what I've seen over the years, and people gravitate towards you.
yeah,
I've seen that.
thank you.
And so I'm glad that you decided that, well, I may have this degree in this, and this is what I'm, trained to do. And this is really what the world was doing, especially in the early 2000s. Yeah,
Mm,
you got a, technology degree. That's the way to
yeah,
go. But you decided to take a bold step. Um, and you mentioned working at the gas station. I actually wasn't aware of that, that you did that, but then you made the transition to get into banking. What sparked you to take an interest in banking from the beginning?
um, uh, there's not a story to tell, but uh, uh, in computer at that time, everybody was doing what the herd was doing. I wanted to do something which is not what herd is doing. That's basically another thing, and that's what I think everybody should think about. Why? Yes, I was working at the gas station. Just so you know, when I joined Tri City, I was a teller. I
Hmm.
opened that gas station 4 a.m. Then the owner comes in and relieve me at 7. I go to the bank at 8. Then after bank 5 o'clock, run back to the same gas station and then close it. Now, why I joined banking?
No, but wait. First, I have to comment on that. Now that you say that, I do think I knew that, because I think we talked about
Yeah.
that one time before, and I remarked that, when did you sleep? When that was your schedule? I don't know how late the gas
So
station was open,
yeah,
but
yeah, the gas station open till midnight. So then I close it and come back home. And yes, that's true. Many time, the manager of that time of that bank, I'm admitting it today. I sleep in the car. Yeah, many time I did that. I park my car right outside the bank. I sleep there, wake up and do it.
and
Oh
that speaks to your ambition, though,
yeah,
Gulbaz. And I just would like to underscore that the people that I enjoy the most are the most hardworking people. You were a hardworking person to have done that. I mean, and even me now, I'm always the first person at the bank. I'm always the last person to leave. I still have a law practice that I run, and I deal with that after I leave the bank.
Mhm.
So if you want to be successful, you've got to be willing to put in the time and put in the effort. And here you were already with a degree in computer science that you could have just taken off and gotten a job somewhere else. But I really respect the fact that you entered banking in the position of a teller. I know that one of the, and maybe I shouldn't speak to this, but I'm going to. One of the issues that we would have sometimes with people working at our bank, if we were short staffed in the teller area and we'd ask someone who maybe been there longer, will you please cover in the teller area? And we would be met with resistance. People felt that no, that's a lowly position, and no, I don't want to take on that role. I am told, and I wasn't there, but I am told that when George Gary ran this bank as the president of the bank, he'd push up his sleeves and get back there and work a teller drawer if that's what it took in order to be successful. I just think that it's good when people are willing to come in at a ground level, if you will, and work their way up as you did.
Coral, very well said. There is a saying, I think, it says, opportunity knocks, opportunity comes. America is land of opportunity. That's what I heard when I came here. But we have to grab those opportunities. So when you brought up the this when you talk about tellers, to tell an officer to please go and cover the teller line, there might be an opportunity there where, as a lender, if I'm standing there on a teller line or front line, I call them my frontline staff.
Mhm.
um, I might have an opportunity, somebody who come in just to deposit funds, and they talk to me about business, and I'll say, hey, how's business going? And they say, yeah, we are buying a business. And then bam, there's an opportunity for me, but just going over there and taking over, but just helping somebody. And the person says, I'm just making a scenario that, hey, yeah, well, we are working on buying a new business. And as a lender, if I'm there on a teller line, say, sure, I can help you. Let's just discuss about it. So many times we don't take those opportunities because we feel like this is beneath us. We don't want to go to that level. Why I want to get up from the desk and stand on the teller line? But I personally believe that a lot of opportunities are with our frontline staff. So that's for that. But again, I cannot I cannot say that more to everybody who's listening today. America is land of opportunity. Amazingly well said, but my friends, we have to go grab those opportunities. We cannot just wait for those opportunities. You asked me how I was, what I was doing early, like why when you were sleeping. Sure, I was not sleeping a lot, but I did not came to United States with a lot of money. I came over here with just a lot of time. You probably heard that from other immigrants also. We just came here with $10 in our pocket and a suitcase. When I came over here, I had nothing but my education and my ambition. There are two ways. If I had inherited money, I could have started a business, which I didn't have. So how to work on it is by working hard, by giving time to my goal. It could be my business, it could be my ambition, it could be my profession. So if I give enough time at that time when I could give it to it, then at the later time you will reap it. Either that's a business, you have a successful business, now you're getting benefit out of it, reward out of it. I work hard on my struggling days. Today I have created a good network, good relationships, which are giving me the business, while even if I'm driving, while I'm talking to you, probably I'm having my phone ring over here. So yes, we have to struggle, we have to focus on what we want to do on early stages, so that we can reap that fruit out of it. The tough time, I'm gonna just add, I'm sorry if I'm
No,
talking
please,
too
no.
much.
I would like for you to continue. Yes.
When if you ask a captain of a plane, a pilot of a plane, that when it's a tough time, they will tell you when it's a takeoff and when it's a touchdown. When the plane is up in the air, it's just gliding, it's just floating, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's just gliding straight.
Mm-hmm.
The real tough time, the real struggle, and the real need of the pilot is when we are taking off and when we are touching down. So that is the time when we should work hard, and that's what I did. And that's what makes me your friend. That's what makes us as you said, community leader or business leaders, because we work hard at that time. And this could be for anybody who can do that. Yeah, sorry if I talked.
No, 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 because I kind of cut in and made my comment, about how I respect the way you went about that. Um, and I'm not. Oh, I'm starting to hear the music, so I know that's my cue. So we will be back with more of Money Talks with Mr. Gulbaz Gill, commercial lender. Welcome back. You're listening to Money Talks with attorney Coral Plez. Um, I have in the studio with me this morning Mr. Gulbaz Gill, who is a community leader. He's a banker, he's a commercial lender. and just an all around star as far as I'm concerned. A good friend of mine from many, many years, and just happy to talk with him today. A little bit about his background and the stages of his career. I was telling him, that he was talking in the last segment about humble beginnings, really, and he's grown into such a successful person. I would like for him to spend a little more time just talking us through the steps that he took in order to be in the position that he's in today. So we were talking about the teller role. How
Yes.
long did you stay in that role, and what it? Well, you talked a little bit about the exposure and what you learned, but just tell us a little bit more about the next steps.
Sure. I was teller for almost 6 months, and then got promoted to then got sorry, and then got promoted to customer service rep, where I was opening accounts for customers, and that's where the opportunity comes in. That's where actually I develop lot of relationship with the customers, not only just keeping quiet, taking information and adding data to the system, but I start talking to customers. I start talking to them about the business opportunities, how they do that, how it is. So just that little extra chat I was doing with my members, with my customers, help me build relationship with them. That's one. Help me understand them, how they do business, how business runs. Also coaches me that how they operate, what is the mean of it. As you mentioned earlier, hunger hunger of knowledge is very, very important. Anytime we want to be successful, I always says, and I think I drive it from my mom, that hunger of knowledge is the number one thing which we all need to have today, because the way world is changing, more knowledge we can gain, it's better than more wealth we gain. So coming back to my customer service point of view, that's where I develop more friendships, more relationships, and sooner or later, within a year and a half, there was a program started at the bank, which was a junior officer program. And I think they saw that the relationship, the hunger of meeting customers, talking to them, seeing if I can go out and do activities with them. They put me to the junior officer program, and then they connect me with a senior lender, who happens to be also part of a very known lender at that time. His name was Bruce Elliott. He was he's my mentor. I have to use his name, and he built me where I am today, from Tri City National Bank. And from there,
And what was his role? He worked with
he
Tri
was
City.
yes, he was a commercial lender at that time,
Okay.
and I was attached with him as a junior loan officer, and
Okay.
he coached me, guide me, and
Well, he wouldn't have invested his time had he not seen that hunger in you that you
definitely.
talked
Well,
about.
thank you.
Yeah, no, it's
Probably.
true, and that's what we look for. And I don't want to interrupt your conversation too much here, but that's exactly one of the criteria I was discussing with our new team at the bank yesterday. That's what it's all about. That
Mhm.
hunger to
hunger,
learn.
hunger
But
to learn.
but but go ahead, go boss.
So from there, later I joined North Milwaukee State Bank, and I was working right under the president at that time, taking care of the new money along with the inherited portfolio. I stayed with them, and later on, as we all already talked about, we are losing our local banks, our minority banks, who were very previously very successful, of growth of lot of millionaires which we see today in Milwaukee. They were built by those small community banks. North Milwaukee State Bank, when I joined them, my love for them was that it was built as a mission bank, as Columbia Saving and Loan. That they were in 60s, they were helping people who had that hunger, who want to be somebody, who want to be out of the herd and start something of their own. And then later on, I joined Advia in 2017. Advia Credit Union. Today, they are the top third, 3% of the nation credit union, and they're over $3 billion company. I'm with them at this point,
Hmm.
working there as a commercial lender, and again helping community uh, in Wisconsin region, especially in Milwaukee. Coral, I have to say Milwaukee is my first love. Sorry, Rema and Alea. Before you guys, Milwaukee was my first love. Now my first love is Alea. Now then that then Milwaukee, but Milwaukee built me. A lot of people says like my family, most of my family is in Chicago, and they say, why didn't you move to Chicago? Your family is over there. And I say, because this city built me. I had nothing, and today I have something. I have great family. My wife is from Chicago, and I brought her over here. So, sorry, Bears and Cubs, I got your got your follower over here and put her to Packer and Brewer now.
Uh-oh.
So so yeah, that's my little background. That's where I started, and that's what my love is for Milwaukee. My actual branch is in Elkhorn, but I still work with a lot of community leaders, community members over here, and most of my landing at this time is in Milwaukee,
Hmm.
Milwaukee city as well, or maybe Milwaukee County. So yeah, that's
So that's actually really good to know and good to hear because um, one of the things that I noticed a few months back that I saw like an Advia sign, 91st and Capitol, where there's a gas station, I believe,
yeah.
that was being there, and I thought, okay, this is great because this organization is helping to build the community that we care most about.
Yeah. No, while working with Advia and me being the face of the Advia, as I mentioned, my love is for Milwaukee. A lot of businesses I'm doing this one, an Oklahoma property. They're quite a bit, which we are investing in Milwaukee community, and
Hmm.
we are keep looking forward to keep investing in Milwaukee community. When I say investing, which means creating new businesses, helping visionaries, helping people who have vision, helping people who want to build business in Milwaukee area.
Yeah. I was going to ask you to talk a little bit more about the importance of mentorship, but it looks like we have a caller. So I would like to go ahead and take the call. Caller, thank you for calling in.
Oh,
Go
you're
ahead,
welcome.
please.
Good morning. Good morning. And please have him come back again. Good morning, Attorney Coral. Good morning, Mr. Bonzo.
Actually Mr. Gill,
Oh,
Gill.
okay, okay, Mr.
It's
Okay, pardon me then.
No, no, no. It's
it's
quite
okay.
okay. Thank you
Yeah,
for
yeah.
calling in.
Tyrone W. speaking. And congratulations on your newborn and your family and all and your success.
Thank you so
Very
much.
quickly, because I know the city has kind of taken a bite out of it with the blue topped, put your, recyclables in the blue container and the garbage goes in the green. But for someone that wants to start very quickly, just I want to take my aluminum cans and the cans that I, eat the beans and corn and stuff out of. What can you give to someone that wants to start a offside recycling business, with the aluminum siding and the batteries and the different things like that, just to kind of because more people are doing it now, and $1 million worth of cans is still $1 million. So touch on that very quickly before you leave the air, then, please. Thank
Sure,
you.
sure.
On getting that business started. Thank you. Thank you
Most
very much. Then, thank you,
most
Cora.
definitely, yeah.
Say hi to
Thank
sister
you.
for me.
Thank you for calling in. I will definitely say hello. Do you
Perfect.
want to speak to that a little
Yeah,
bit,
just a
Gobas?
little bit. I think what he's mentioning is for a CNI, commercial and industrial type loan, where bank can definitely help them securing those aluminum cans. But it's a commercial and industrial. It's not a real estate tangible. So my suggestion will be that they might have get better help from SBA, which is small business lending, and then connect with the bank. So bank will fund it, but with SBA's guarantee, especially it's a startup business, they can definitely do that. Along with if they want to connect their local MEDC would be a good starting point. Vida will be a good starting point. for them. But of course, if you have a good business plan, which can show that there is growth, and as you mentioned, now city is focusing on that. I'm not aware of it, just for full disclosure. But if it's city is forcing people to go aluminum, from a green point of view, most definitely, I think you should definitely contact your local bank and come up with some SBA guarantee for this loan, and go from there. But if you want more details, please get my number from Coral, and I can definitely talk to you in details about that.
And Tyrone, I just want to thank you because you are such a strong supporter of this show. And you listen every week and you call in with good questions every week. And today, I mean, normally I give the number out multiple times throughout the show. And this time I didn't even do that because we were just, deep in the conversation that we're having and enjoying that. But I certainly welcome your calls. And I just really want to especially take the time to thank you because you've been a supporter since day one with me, and even inquiring about my family because you know that my sister had been ill earlier this year, but she's doing so much better. Not quite back to work yet. But she did go for a walk with my niece over the weekend and apparently walked a mile. So she did more than I did um, this past weekend. So thank you so much for always asking about her and being such a strong supporter of the show. I definitely appreciate it.
Thank you,
Um,
Tyler.
yeah, so thank you, Gulbasan, for answering that question. You've got a lot of wisdom, and it's so broad, and you're able to give out good, information in that way. So again, thank you so much for being here for that.
Welcome.
So I'm just going to circle back to the question that I was going to ask before the call about the importance of mentorship, because you mentioned that while
Yeah.
between the teller role and then the other roles that you had, that the gentleman that became a mentor to you that really kind of helped you grow. Talk about that a little bit.
Most definitely, mentorship is very, very important. I'll start with that. um, Whenever we start our journey for anything, it could be business, it could be a profession, attorney, banker, or medical. We don't know anything about that profession or business. As I mentioned earlier, like I was just a gas station boy when I came to United States. I did have a degree, but I call it like all of us have to go to this phase, where we start from the from the bottom. When I got my mentor, who actually showed me and guided me, I have a lot of information now. I have a lot of clients, I have a lot of customers, but I don't know how to knit this sweater. I don't know how to build this thing which I want to create it, or become a good business lender. You got all that information which is kind of scattered around all your head. You have a lot of information, but mentors help you collect all that information in a box and show you the way to do it, because you have knowledge but it's all scattered. But mentors or
Mhm.
person who have experience before you, to save time, they collect all that information and put it toward send you to the right path, send you to the right way, put you to the right tool, which can funnel out with a beautiful scenery on the other side. It could be beautiful business, it could be beautiful profession, and help you go to the place where you want to be, what your vision is. So mentorship, everybody who's listening, please find a mentor for you. If you don't have it, go and find one. A lot of people are eager to help and to share their knowledge which they have with somebody who's hungry, who want to be somebody. Because here, I'll tell you one thing, Coral. We don't have a time machine, right? So we cannot go in the future and predict, but we have people who have knowledge and who have gone through that phase which we will go through in the future. So it's always better to find a mentor who have gone through that, who have fall somewhere, and can tell you not to go to that path because you will fail or you will fall. So by having that mentor, by having that guidance, by having that knowledge shared from the mentor to you, and your knowledge which you have, makes you a better person, makes you a better businessman, make you a better professional. So that is, I think if I summarize it, that's how the mentorship works. And I think that's how we should all have mentor, and we should not be ashamed of asking, hey, I have a question, could you please help me? Because there are people who are eager to help you. We are not just asking. So
Right.
yeah.
Right. No, I love that answer. I think you said it all. And I didn't know where you were going with the time machine. But
No,
because I was thinking in terms of a bank, like time,
no,
time
no,
machine. But
not
yeah,
ATM.
okay.
So time machine, when I say this, it's like this. I cannot predict future, but I can connect the dots.
Right.
I cannot predict the future, but I can connect the dots. But if I, so for example, if I'll do this, the the dominoes effect will be this, and from this to I will be to this place. Because I don't have a time machine, but I have mentors who will guide me and correct me. They will help me reach to the goal, to the place I want to be faster than going there by myself. I might go to that place by myself, but it'll take me 5 years.
Yes.
But with a mentor, it'll take me maybe 2 years, maybe
Hmm.
1 year, because as I mentioned earlier, they will collect all the information I have and put me to the place how to go there faster.
Right.
That's what I meant earlier.
Yeah. No,
So
that makes total sense. And there's a lot to learn when it comes to banking.
yeah,
An
oh, and
awful lot
banking,
to
yeah,
learn.
yeah,
And you've really mastered some
yeah.
things. So I was going to just ask you to talk a little bit about how you enjoy the role that you're in now, and what are some of the benefits to being in the role that you have now. I wanted to ask you that, but there's a caller that's holding, so I'm going to go ahead and take that caller. Caller, please go ahead.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I want to thank you so very much for being there, being an attorney and stuff with whatever we're talking about today, home ownership, whatever the case may be. I just want to say respect. I want to thank everybody for being there. My question is, I heard about AI. Okay, well, I read it in Milwaukee Journal, so excuse me. Oh, by the way, they call me JT, so excuse me. Okay.
Okay,
I do.
JT, no problem.
Okay. But anyway, respectfully speaking, to everybody there in the studio, my question is, I heard that there's a new thing going on with people trying to purchase property and stuff like that, and it's changed. Because back in the days, you used to have a person that was selling the house, like the seller or something like that, an agent, and then on the buyer side they had an agent, on the seller side they had an agent. And back in the days, you used to walk into the house and look around and see if you like it or not. If you didn't like it, you go about your business. But my point is, how, the point I'm trying to get to, how do you feel about the AI and how that's working in real estate?
Okay, thank you, JT. I think we understand the question. I'll let Globas go ahead and speak to that if you would like to.
Sure. It's more of, I think it's more of a legal question.
Oh, okay.
So but from point of view of AI, uh AI is a future. There's no doubt about it. Artificial intelligence, but it's nothing to be scared of. If we are just talking about AI, because I
Hmm.
cannot answer the legal side of it. From an AI point of view, what AI is, from my computer background, it's just collection of information which we give or put into the system, and all it does is calculate it really fast and give us results. So when we ask something, like for example, in your case, if you put buying a side, like from an agent side, and from the other side, you type in the AI chat box, and you say, hey, please prepare offer to purchase or all that stuff, it will spit it out really fast from the information probably Coral and other attorneys have put into the system, and it goes to the net web and get that information and give it to you. That's great, but there is no human touch in that. And that's where I think we will always need some kind of human touch, like meeting Coral in person, even you have that document, and having her review it to make sure that nothing is missed, to make sure that nothing is gone out. Eventually, in next 5, 10, 20 years, it will become so intelligent, maybe we don't have to get a second opinion on it, because anytime Coral will review it and put that information back into the system, it become a record. And then when AI redo this, they will collect that updated information and give you a better copy of it.
Mhm.
But until the time comes, we don't have to worry about it. They say we will lose about 350,000 jobs because of AI, but they also says we will gain 350,000 jobs because of AI also. So it'll wash it. So again, get eager for knowledge. More knowledge we have, better future we will all have. For us, for Maya Leah, for all of the next generation. Yeah.
All right. Couldn't ask for a better response. Thanks, JT, for the question. Thank you, Gulbaz, for answering the question so eloquently. The music's playing. I guess that's our swan song here today. We took our breaks at slightly different intervals than we normally do. So, but yeah, thank you, everyone, for listening. We'll be back with more Money Talks with Attorney Coral next week, Thursday, from 11 to noon. And again, thank you to our special guest, Mr. Gulbaz Gill. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you to Columbia Savings and Loan Association for sponsoring this show. Have a good week, everyone.